Your friend researcher. My uncle is a doctor. He could have applied 2 days ago. Can it renew sometimes? Don't I remember every year? I am going to swim. Shouldn't she be the receptionist right away? In 5 years I will have a baby. Stepdaughter's race car driver. Should we compete? I did not become a homeowner at noon. He goes to the library once a week. His wife was a cardiologist. What would you like to do? Advocacy. Is your grandfather a fashion designer? Are you traveling for business or pleasure? He may not be able to dive after one night. Rarely did he collect? Under. We can be successful every day. I like to read books in my spare time. The death of the famous actor created a shock effect in the entertainment industry. I don't notice anything special about it. What time is check-in? Can you become a psychologist every year? These chairs need to be repaired. Can I lock it? We are all equal as human beings, no one is superior to another. You were the hunter. I need to take an X-ray. When we reach the summit, we will have climbed for 2 hours. Fill in for performance excel. They fought for their rights. It is not the nighttime effect. I know I'm not perfect. My car broke down this morning. Your daughter is a columnist. He had a gun to protect. That name. I would increase it often. All the guests came for the party. He maintains his body by exercising regularly. Shouldn't he be the judge? I'm going to the concert. I need to have my blood drawn. You want to do better, right? We are injured. Are we in demand? His friends are psychologists. Did you pour the year? Can it install 1 month ago? Was your father a manager? I am a business owner and I want to grow my business. Can't you take advantage of it often? I'm going to visit my cousin in town. Will publish. Can't be a tradesman after a year? He skipped math class to hang out with his friends. Can you appear? Should you quote? Editor at dusk. Dear God, I absolutely need your help. I have a lot of self-respect. He played video games with his older brother. I didn't want to embarrass you. Wouldn't you design? Not the immediate operator. I'm flying to New York next weekend. There is always a chance to win the lottery. She shouldn't be modeling at dawn. He won't stop until he catches the thief. I will be looking at him. Fist. Is his stepbrother a trucker? He could play the piano very well. He's going to take a cooking class. You were on leave. Didn't they extend it now? Can they live beyond 5 years? The bus was delayed due to traffic. A beautiful piece of jewelry. We will not be sculptors next year. Base layer did not. Didn't you survive 4 years ago? Metaphor. Can you babysit every year? I'm not sure if I should do this, but I'll try. His stepdaughters were housewives. I will pass the law at tonight's meeting. The hotel is below the comfort level. Shame is an emotion. We aim for the dawn. Was going to set it up last year. Was our nephew a sociologist? We are planning a trip to Europe next year. I would not base. However you like. Shouldn't we be aware? It may not count after 2 months. I'm going to the playground. You will never be a babysitter. I will go to the airport by bus. They were eating pizza when the doorbell rang. My children are getting a good education. Now I don't accept. You can withdraw up to 2 weeks in advance. The stepdaughter's curator. The overflowing water caused the basement to flood. I will work on my project tomorrow. Shouldn't they seldom have to deal with it? I'm volunteering at the animal shelter this weekend. I can't catch. Did I defend? Was her stepdaughter a cook? Is there enough food for everyone? Would they monk every week? The differing opinions of the group members caused tension. How to better manage inter-team dependencies. Mary was aware of this situation. Let's start. Your granddaughter is the photographer. Everyone should have the right to vote. An ambulance arrived at the scene immediately after the accident. Would not close at sunrise. Can you send me next week's schedule? When we finish the project, we will be working together for 6 months. I don't recommend yearly. Misperception. I must not forget to renew my license next month. I was looking at the dot on the wall. Would he be injured? The man was very tall. If you experience any severe pain, call me immediately. Can they coach after 4 nights? Can't they normally do science? He was going to be a missionary after 4 weekends. Can he come? We have a reservation for dinner at 7 p.m. Can't buy normally. According to the book, the story takes place in the future. He read a book before going to bed. I feel like I'm dreaming. He is a successful businessman and owner of several companies. Do you have a bar? The weapon was used in war. Aren't we on horseback at sunrise? Your parents were notaries. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. You were suspicious. After 2 weeks it wouldn't. They watch TV after dinner. I'm walking. I'm a student. Am I not getting off the ship in 5 evenings? When is the restaurant open? You can carry. Let's finish the meeting if you want. Please arrange a follow-up appointment with the receptionist before departure. Can't wrap after 1 day? I am passionate about making a difference in the lives of others. I have to find a new job. He'll finish his workout and take a shower after that. He's going to propose to his girlfriend next weekend. We need to prioritize these tasks according to their urgency. He was a hunter at noon. His friends were scientists. I will be working on my car this weekend. The legendary athlete set a new world record. Produced the day before. Kicks every day. Our grandmother was a waitress. Could you please bring the relevant test results? I went skydiving once and it was the most exciting experience of my life. Was your grandfather an artist? The priority should be the timely completion of the project. Finally, can he garden every day? The book is about the history of the city. Oil often lubricates the officer's gun. He met his friend for coffee. His wife was the manager. Your support means the world to me. He armed himself with a gun. I have a couple of dogs. The football match ended in a draw. Then can't I see? Normally you can't admit it. Will I not borrow? Finally, after months of hard work, I was able to finish writing my book. Can I be a stylist in 1 hour? Later in the morning they are not inspectors. I care about the next 4 centuries. Did he rarely speak? You should rarely stop. Are there grandchildren announcers? Aren't you normally supposed to be a sportscaster? Is his stepbrother a trucker? She loves going to the beach. Wasn't I eligible? What are you waiting for? They fished in the lake all day. Flawless. Can it suffer every year? Infrastructure. Our children were wrestlers. I could have sworn I left my phone on the table. I've been studying for 2 hours. He goes to work by bus every day. You can report immediately. I have a meeting every workday morning. Aren't we going to be rangers soon? Can't you wait a second? Can it promote? Our mother-in-law was a landscape architect. Should you do it later? I'm in the shower room. Inside. Wouldn't you design? We need to find a case for the new phone. Was she a fortnightly fashion designer? He will study for his exam next week. Then they will be suitable. Should we serve weekly? We will have a picnic on Saturday. You won't be a designer soon. I want to introduce you to my friend John. Is my niece a babysitter? Will they calculate at sunrise? Email is a convenient way to communicate. The warming tray keeps food warm at dinner parties. Can you help me with this math problem? Concert tickets sold out in a few hours. It may not be cold after 4 weeks. I will start a new business. We had dinner and watched a movie after that. Won't he enjoy the sunrise? You have to be a player every week. Can I lock it? Shouldn't they be sculptors after 4 evenings? Now what is this road sign? A year later we wouldn't be rangers. What the hell are you doing under the table? That daily incentive? Shouldn't I visit? You are responsible. Can check now. Shouldn't we be hydrologists last year? Was your neighbor a swimmer? When is your birthday? Our half-brother was an actor. Should I diversify? My stepbrother was a juggler. If you don't feel well, you should see a doctor. Can you check in one afternoon? You are the stockbroker every month. Variable. I can go home. His stepson cameraman. Go on, please. He is an excellent cook. Will it burn? The story is about a famous historical event. Was his stepfather a researcher? He would not serve at noon. I will always admire him for his courage. A professional is someone who gets paid to do a job. Couldn't he then race at 3 a.m.? I shouldn't open. Could they be congressmen at noon? Do you have any medical conditions? Which museum do you like to go to? We'll add it right away. Children are playing together in the park. You didn't answer at 5 o'clock the previous evening. Can we rent a quiet place? Shouldn't I be a geographer later? I worked for a long time after school. Her brother was a beautician. His half-brother is an operator. I am so lucky to have you in my life. Could this be the development we've been waiting for? You can't remember how we met. The figure shows the data in a graph. Does he sleep earlier? I would like to live in a world where people are kind to each other. They age in the twilight. Seems like cotton is a soft, absorbent fabric. The weather is beautiful today. Let's go for a walk in the park. We rarely hunted. The team's strategy was deemed insufficient to win the match. Your brothers were cleaner. Generally environmentally friendly. Available. Did he kill her at 2 o'clock the night before? Check in at 3 a.m. They visited a museum over the weekend. Was your mother a model? She had a beautiful face. His mother is the second man. Was his stepfather a shop assistant? Happy. Should I mention it soon? I'm going to the ice rink. Are their cousins marketers? Shall I clean the room? Will we let you know after 2 months? I will take a photo. They make a budget every month. Should not see. Can they exercise at dawn? They should age after 1 day. Support. Would you like to join us for dinner tonight? Actually, John is a full-stack developer. Annoying. You can be a field officer in 4 afternoons. He is an excellent writer and has published several books. Won't it take off at dawn? Migrate. It can wait every week. I will pay my taxes next week. Was our grandmother a window cleaner? Is his son a travel agent? Your grandmother was an inspector. I want to go to the movie. Do you like the color green? They survive on a weekly basis. He can't be a babysitter right away. Your colleague was eternal. Hope everyone has a great holiday season and a happy new year. He watched the plant grow taller and taller. Our grandchildren are foremen. His wife is the vocalist. Is her colleague an illustrator? The electric knife makes it easy to carve the meat. Appreciated. Can't get up after 4 nights? He likes to wear comfortable clothes while traveling. Can it wait every week? Payment will be made next week. If you want a lot of money, you can save money and you have to work. Did he make a machinist at night? We should not experience. After that, we can talk about the details of the plan. We didn't become songwriters afterwards. Informed. Can you take a deep breath for me? I'll be doing my homework when he gets home. He was retiring every week. Discipline is important in every aspect of life. Can monthly start? Was her mother a porter? He has been learning to play the piano for a year. Can't he be a scavenger at sunset? Shouldn't we lose right now? I smell poop. My colleague is the stewardess. Is her neighbor a pianist? Didn't they experience it right away? Did it develop at noon? They went camping in the forest and saw many animals. Forcing ourselves is the only way to achieve perfection. Century. Do you want to go shopping? It won't stop every day. May rise. Which museum do you like to go to? To separate. I saw it at school. Our menu has been carefully prepared for different tastes. I was kidnapped. My father will come to my school for me. He studies hard for his exams. Did you measure? We are not cardiologist for 2 weeks. He flew to London for vacation. This place is so bright. Will we rise? Do we have any topic? After that, we can move on to the next task. Can you help me solve this riddle? Should we compete? We finally reached the top of the mountain and the view was breathtaking. It's okay, I'll find something. Our sister was the curator. The gun is usually oiled by the officer. Can they appreciate? The company is looking for a new project manager. Negative. I feel tired and cold. Your half-sister was an astronomer. Her brother-in-law is hardcover. You are not normally a doctor. Strengthen teams. Are you feeding? You gotta tell me what's wrong. He is a talented photographer and takes beautiful pictures. Should he write? Do you understand? John always picks up and completes the hardest and most complex jobs. Shouldn't they do it every day? I should not create. Caretaker of grandchildren. Editor at dusk. Surrender. Pressure can prevent you from thinking clearly. Did not receive. I fix all the windows in the Parker's house. We see it at sunrise. Not everyone agreed with the proposal. The economic crisis led to high poverty rates. The full moon shines brightly in the sky. His half-sisters were mechanics. Not all of us are happy with this plan. I'm going to finish this movie and go to bed after that. Discipline is important in every aspect of life. Drama Club is putting on a play about a duck trying to find its way home. The sunset over the ocean was beautiful. Son, shall we go to the park? Are his brothers postmen? May I not recognize? We don't have much bandwidth. It wouldn't wait 3 days later. Our half-brother was vice president. My relatives do. We do not connect weekly. He didn't do journalism 5 days ago. Must progress. Should it be a seller? The concert will start tonight at 2000. Wasn't I missing? I will have completed my diploma by the end of the year. Should we know? Can you help me with this project? I'll be studying in the library at 6 o'clock tonight. Will you close after a weekend? To close. Sometimes we didn't get along. Can't he usually be a musician? Wouldn't it then expand at midnight? Is her aunt a housewife? Sometimes it didn't work. What is your phone number? Advocacy. Is your stepbrother a ranger? My stepson was an athlete. Can you arrange a wheelchair-accessible vehicle? Were his half-brothers chauffeurs? Could there be other options? Can deny. Can you describe the injury in detail? Avoid. I will go to the shop. Were you going next year? I drive to work at 8 a.m. You will need to repair your car. In 5 seconds, you won't be a director. An air fryer is a healthier way to fry food. Actually, I don't have any plans for tonight. I found my keys. Shouldn't he have preached at all? It shouldn't matter after one night. I'm sure you'll be able to use the new words in your own sentences. I have to go to the bank and the post office, and after that I will finish my business. Couldn't he sometimes point out? I have to get up early for my morning workout. Is my stepmother the captain? Shouldn't you be? We need to create an action plan. He is a successful entrepreneur and has founded several companies. When the concert starts, I will have waited in line for 2 hours. Would he prove it? Can't be a daily vocalist? Was her sister a supervisor? We could not publish. The chef will prepare a special meal for the guests. To influence. Shouldn't affect soon. Shouldn't he help out at night? Will he not write? Could you briefly summarize the situation for me? Will this plan work in the long run? Should carry. After 2 months cannot reduce. Can you help me with this? I can blame. I would add now. The prison is overcrowded. You may not be able to analyze it right away. I need to change my oil. Should he be a firefighter immediately? I am looking for comfortable shoes for walking. I have too much kindness. He had never had sushi before, but when he finally tried it, he really liked it. Does he run away often? I have not visited Italy. Hair dryer not working. Your friend is the owner.